start the first one?
Hey guys, it's Allie and Macy.
We did the Megan and Liz thing.
Hey guys, it's Megan and Liz.
Should we do that again in this video? We should. Hey guys, it's Allie and Macy, and as of today, it has been 5 years since we uploaded our video, Danisnotonfire and AmazingPhil got me suspended from school. If you haven't seen that video, you should probably watch that first, or this one's not going to make any sense, but basically, we've been wanting to make a follow-up to that video for a very long time now, and we finally feel like the time is right. We want to basically answer some frequently asked questions and just talk about some of our thoughts on the response that video's gotten. This video might be a little bit all over the place because we have so much ground to cover, so let's get into it. Editing Allie and Macy here, which can only mean one thing. We forgot to say something, didn't we? You're gonna see us pop up a few times throughout the video. Carry on. Okay, where do we start? I want to start by saying that we were 15, about to be 16 when we made that video. We were sophomores in high school, and now we're 20, about to be 21, and we've graduated high school 3 years ago. We have no involvement with that school anymore. Let's get into some of the frequently asked questions we get on that video, starting with the one we get the most. Why are you blaming Dan and Phil? Let me be very, 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 very clear when I say that we are not blaming Dan and Phil. It was obviously us who decided to write the quotes down. It was obviously us who got ourselves in trouble. We are very, very, very aware of that. Can we just say that we love Dan and Phil, yet so many people seem to think that we were hating on them by making that video, but that's not the case at all. Yeah, we've been fans of them for years, which is why we wrote the quotes in the first place, and that's why we still support them so much today. We just wanted to clear that up for people who misunderstood. But if you're not blaming Dan and Phil, then what about the title? We called the video Danisnotonfire and AmazingPhil got me suspended from school because Danisnotonfire and AmazingPhil content is what I used to get myself suspended from school. It's my fault, but because their content indirectly got me suspended, then we feel like the title makes sense. We're aware that that title can be a bit misleading, but honestly, we just assumed after sitting through an 11-minute video of us telling the story that people would understand what we meant. Another reason we went with that name is we liked how it sounded like a teen magazine, like in those articles that used to be like, Selena Gomez got me in trouble, or Justin Bieber got me grounded, and you know from reading those headlines that Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber didn't actually get these kids in trouble, that these kids must have used their content to get them in trouble. We thought we were kind of doing the same thing and people would just realize that, but I guess not. But the title is clickbait. Honestly, when we chose that title, we had no idea how much searchability it had. We had about 200 subscribers at the time, and this might sound a little bit weird to you, but at the time we made videos for our subscribers. We weren't really thinking about the general public, and that's why we called the video Danisnotonfire and AmazingPhil, and not just Dan and Phil. We knew that a lot of our audience members didn't know who Dan and Phil were, so we thought we'll use their usernames so they'll figure out who we're talking about. We're aware that Dan's rebranded, so we could change it to Daniel Howell and AmazingPhil, but the Danisnotonfire branding was still very much alive when we made this video, so we think it makes more sense to keep it that way. Okay, so you didn't know the title was clickbait at first, but now that you do, why don't you change it? Honestly, the story has always had that title. Back before it was ever even a video, we've always called it the Danisnotonfire and AmazingPhil got me suspended from school story. That's how we'd refer to it, that's how we'd tell it to other people. That's just always what it's been inside our heads. We could just call the video The Time I Got Suspended from School, but here's the thing. That was not the first or the last time either of us got suspended from school. That brings us nicely to our next question. If you know you broke the rules, why were you so mad about getting in trouble? We had gotten in trouble a lot at that school by this point, with many different teachers, but specifically the teacher that had confiscated the note and the vice principal. Several times we'd do something we're not supposed to and we'd get in trouble for it, but there were several times when teachers, specifically those two teachers, would manipulate us and single us out for no reason. And this happened to a lot of different kids at that school. It wasn't just us, but basically we had a history with some of the teachers at this school, and we don't really want to go into detail about it because it's kind of personal, but they really fucked us up. Do we think I should have gotten punished for that? Absolutely. I can show you in the student handbook exactly which rule I broke by writing that piece of paper, but do we think it should have been a 2-day out-of-school suspension, miss the Veterans Day program, which by the way, our grandpa was being honored at that Veterans Day program as a veteran. No, I do not. An after-school detention would have been fine, but 2 days suspended out of school just felt like we were being singled out again, so if we sound angry in the video, that's honestly why. Once that teacher saw something inappropriate on the piece of paper, it was within her own right to discipline me, but I wasn't disrupting class. I was doing what I was told. I put the piece of paper away when I should have. Why was she snooping through my stuff like that? It was the ridiculous punishment on top of that that really made us feel singled out in this situation. A lot of people have asked why I didn't rat Macy out to the vice principal, and the honest answer to that is I didn't know I was gonna get in trouble. I've been in this guy's office when he was disciplining me before, and this was completely different. If I would have known he was gonna suspend me for 2 days, I would have dragged her ass with me. That being said, a lot of people have asked, why were your parents so cool with it? By this point, our parents were very familiar with the tactics and the teachers of that school. This wasn't really a surprise to them. Yeah, they were annoyed at us for doing something stupid and getting ourselves into trouble, but they also agreed that the punishment was pretty unreasonable. Let's lighten the mood a little bit with the next question. Was this story made up? To put it simply, no, it's not made up. It actually happened. You're just gonna have to believe us. If we were gonna make it up, it'd be a better story. It'd be Danisnotonfire and AmazingPhil got me expelled from school. It'd be both of us, not just me. It'd be crazy. But no, we didn't make up the story. I don't think we could make up that exciting of a story if we tried. And one of our personal favorites, are you guys fake twins? A lot of people just assumed we're really good at editing or that the line in between us was a result of the mirror effect. That is not the case. That was the wall. Do you really think we're that good at video editing? Just to prove to you that we're real, here's us interacting in a bunch of convoluted ways. Can you edit this? We can't edit this. Which quotes were written on the piece of paper your teacher took? Like we said in the video, we don't know, but there's a very large chance that the quote that got us into trouble might have been,
"It's in the motherfucking bagging area."
We're not certain on that, but we both have a memory of one of us writing that one down, and after the incident, we went through all the remaining papers and it wasn't on any of them. Therefore, it was probably on the one that our teacher saw. We're not saying it was the one that originally got us in trouble, but we think it was on there, so who knows. It probably was a swear word, let's be real. We explained in the video quite badly that some Dan and Phil quotes can be a bit inappropriate, and what we meant by that was Dan and Phil's videos aren't inappropriate at all, but some of the things they say, if taken out of context, could seem weirdly sexual or threatening or who knows what. So it could have been one of those, or it could have just been a naughty word. We don't know, and we'll never know. Now let's talk about a question that everyone's been wondering the answer to. Have Dan and Phil seen the original video? And the answer to that is we have no idea. We never made this video intending for Dan and Phil to see it. Of course, if they did see it, we wouldn't be bothered by it, but that was never ever the goal of this video. So if you weren't trying to get Dan and Phil's attention, and you weren't trying to get views, and you weren't trying to clickbait, and you weren't mad about your punishment, then why did you make that video? To us, this story was too funny not to share with the internet. The irony that quotes from these two unproblematic cinnamon roll YouTubers led to Allie being suspended from school for 2 whole days was just honestly hilarious. We just wanted to brighten people's days and make people laugh. This video wasn't made in anger towards Dan and Phil or our school or anything like that. We just wanted to tell a funny story. We never expected this video to get the response that it did. We've gotten more hate on that video than ever before, and while at first it really got to us, over time it's really thickened up our skin. We could spend hours talking about the hate we got on that video, but that would be so unfair to all the positive comments we got and all the lovely people we've met and interacted with through the comments. Some of our most loyal subscribers actually found us through that video, and they still support us today, and that just means the world to us. Regardless of what everybody else thinks of the video, we're really proud of it. We never made anything like that before. It was the first time we ever sat and talked to a camera. It may not be that great a quality, the editing may not be that good, but we're proud of ourselves for trying something new and stepping out of our comfort zone, because you have no idea how scared we were to film that video. We didn't know if we could get in some type of trouble at school for making the video or what, but ultimately we're just happy we faced our fear and made the video. The moral at the end of the last video was that if you're going through a sucky situation, maybe you can laugh about it later, and we're gonna bring that back for this video. This video we made after school one day blew up into this big, crazy thing, and it was all just some happy accident, and we could choose to be upset about the hate, or upset about the accusations, or we can choose to laugh about it, because at the end of the day, it's pretty hysterical. It feels so good to have finally made this video. After the last one blew up so much, you can understand why we'd be so nervous to make this one. We hope we've answered your questions and provided some more insight and perspective into the story, and if we missed anything or you have any questions, feel free to let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a lovely day, a lovely life. We'll see you again soon. Bye! And for old time's sake, I'm so tired of feeling confused, but for now, there's a reason